I'm going to be teaching you how to make my grandmother's recipe of oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Making chocolate chip cookies is a great skill to have because you could take them to people you know, you could take them to parties as a dessert, or you could make them if you just need a treat. Let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need is 2 cups of brown sugar and 2 cups of regular sugar. My grandmother's recipe says to blend the sugar and vanilla together because it makes it creamier. You are also going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Once that's creamed together, you need to carefully break open 4 eggs into the mixing bowl. Be careful not to get any shells. Slowly mix in the eggs with the rest of the batter. Now the mixture should have a batter-like texture. It should be very doughy. Next we're going to add in 2 cups of butter, or 4 sticks of butter. In my grandmother's recipe it says to pre-soften the butter, because then the butter just mixes in really well with the batter instead of having it be all chunky. An alternative for the butter is shortening. Shortening makes it taste a little bit less creamy and delicious, but it still works. Next I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of salt. And 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Now that I've finished with the baking soda, I'm going to add 4 cups of flour. The flour should take a long time to mix in because you don't want to have spots of just flour or just batter. You need to mix all of it in with the batter. After you finish with the flour, you want to let the batter stir for a while. This helps it get really fluffy and light and makes the cookies taste very seamlessly delicious. Next you are going to need 5 cups of oats, any kind of oats you want. Of course this step is optional. I personally prefer with oats. I'm going to put this little plastic barrier around the top of the mixer so that the oats don't spill out. Now that the oats are all mixed in, it's time to get a pan and cover in aluminum foil. Then you need to make small balls about 1 inch to 2 inches around and put them on the cookie sheet. Then, this is the secret of my grandma's recipe. You need to not mix the chocolate chips in with the dough, but put them around the outside of the cookie dough balls. And then, you need to take a knife and make little X's in the cookie dough. This way the cookie dough won't splat out like this when it cooks, but it will stay in a pretty round, nice, neat shape. Once you've put the cookie sheet in the oven, you need to bake your oven at 400 degrees. And go ahead and set your timer for about 8 minutes. I have my oven preheated, so 8 minutes should be about right. If you start your oven right after you put the cookie sheet in, then you should probably set it for about 10 minutes. Then we're going to wait and see what happens. Now that the cookies are baked, let's take them out of the oven. See? Perfectly round. put them on wax paper. You can take a spatula and carefully take the cookies off the cookie sheet after they've cooled down. Now all you have left to do is bake the rest of the batter the exact same way that you baked the first. Make sure to change the aluminum foil in between every batch. You don't want the cookies to stick to the aluminum foil, so if you need to, you can spray a little bit of Pam on it. Now you have a great recipe that you can make for anybody you want to. But me, I just make it for myself.